Let's start with the positives. I'm very proud of the England football team. Another strong tournament, this time a whisker away from the semi-finals. The 11 outclassed by France and a referee who should have gone to Specsavers. And I don't begrudge Harry Kane his penalty miss. How many crucial penalties has he scored over the years to get us so far? A timely reminder that this extraordinary athlete is only human. He'll be back. And it was a great team effort across the board, with a manager who's taken us further than previous incumbents and engendered a great team spirit in our wonderfully talented and diverse squad. But, too much time was spent debating whether players would wear rainbow armbands and an ongoing debate over taking the knee. Now, this is a message which I and most of us fully support, the unapologetic rejection of prejudice and racism, absolutely. But these moments, the badges, the knee, the flags, have become a sideshow and a soap opera, and arguably performative theatre in the absence of real change. That's the view of football legend John Barnes, who told me on my old radio show that if he were playing now, he would not take the knee. It was particularly odd when England took part in a game against America, from where taking the knee originates, and which was brought back after the appalling murder of George Floyd. Except that the American players did not take the knee. So England took the knee and America didn't. So what was the point in all of that? Does anyone think that the American team are hellish bigots? No. Perhaps they're seeking a more proactive and less virtue-signalling way of making the world a better place. We saw it with the Germans, didn't we, covering their mouths in protest at not being able to wear a rainbow badge. Again, I support the gesture. But is it much more than that? And of course, they promptly lost the game to Japan, who focused on their game plan, not game play like the Germans. Could these footballers have forgotten that what their actual day job is to play football? Racism, transphobia, inequality, homophobia, sexism, child poverty, all of these things are an absolute nightmare and a shame on humanity and on modern society. Politicians and our communities must tackle all of these issues head on. But is it really the job of footballers to make the world a better place? Don't we watch football for escape? To watch 22 men or women kick a pig's bladder around for 90 minutes? Why has Harry Kane now got to double up as the Archbishop of Canterbury or the Chief Rabbi as a spiritual leader of this country? They've got their job and he's got his. And I think football is the worst industry to participate in virtue signalling. Paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, representing the eye-watering inequality about which they are apparently so concerned as they cruise around in baby Bentleys, dripping in Rolex watches, as they fly first class to a deeply homophobic and sexist regime in Qatar, to play football games against countries like Iran, who are arresting and even killing women for standing up for female rights. These games, of course, played in the stifling desert, in air-conditioned stadia with a carbon footprint the size of Texas. Stadia still smeared with the blood of dead slaves. Upwards of 6,000 low-paid migrant workers falling to their death so that we can cheer on the team. And I won't take any moral lectures from footballers. Some of them are brilliant. Lads like Kane and Marcus Rashford. He does a huge amount for his local community. He's a very, very special young man. But there are as many football stars who just pretend to care about the state of the world before heading to a 3-star Holiday Inn for a spit roast with some starstruck slapper. Normally, whilst the wife and kids are at home. How charming. Footballers are about as bad as it gets if you're looking for a moral guardian. And where are all of the gay footballers in the Premier League? Get your own house in order before wagging your finger at others. I, along with most decent people, passionately believe in equal rights for anyone of any background, any gender, any sexual orientation, religion or race. we must pursue those causes aggressively and unrelentingly. But wouldn't it be nice if footballers once again just played football and left the politics in the dressing room?